comes up with an idea as to how they're going to make it happen. The fourth one, you're going to put it up. You're going to make sure that, you know what, everybody knows where they stand when it comes to making this lead measure happen. And the fourth one is accountability. So those are the four execution of vitally important goals. The other thing I know we heard so many words today. We heard seize the moment. We heard teamwork. We heard accountability. We heard having faith, being honest, you know. All this is part of the plan. All this is part of making it happen for you. But at the end of the day, you've got to believe in you. You know, I'm going to believe in myself first. I am number one. I am going to make it happen. I mean, especially when you know that this is going to be something that you're going to be held accountable for, you want to make it happen for the others also. And that's all I have from me.
Oh, wow. Before you leave, Diana, does anyone have any questions? I mean, did you write that down? I mean, it is just amazing, right?
There is a book, it is by Sean Covey, and the name of the book is 4 Disciplines of Execution. And you can use it in any field, in any job, in any service industry that you're in. It's a fantastic book. Believe me, I believe in it. My team believes in it. And I have, every hotel that I have gone, I have moved the needle 20 to 25%. I mean, last year we were 98% in owner engagement, and I know this year will be at 100%. So, but that book is just holding people accountable, getting people involved. Celebrate them, celebrate your people, celebrate your partners. I mean, it's so important. I know a lot of the people that I heard in the morning panel is, you know, taking out the clients out. Absolutely, you've got to do that, making that connection. Relationship is so very, very important. Also, the other thing also I've learned when it comes to luxury, don't ever judge a book by its cover, because you know what? You never know. So everyone who comes to me is a customer. Whether a person comes on with a pair of jeans and just slippers, or a person walks to me with a jacket, is still a customer to me. And the same to you when it comes to your business. Anyone who walks through that door is a customer, regardless of what they're wearing.
That's amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much, Diana. While Diana's taking her seat, I just wanted to just kind of touch on some points that she had. She said that the widely important goals. Have you ever thought about that before? Like, what are your important goals for your team? I think about that all the time, because with my team, on every Wednesday, we have what we call a team meeting. And part of that team meeting is get it out your belly session. You see, Diana said you can't do it by yourself. You have to go to your team. What do you think? Hold them accountable for it, right? And that means you start with you first. She said that, and that's very, very important. So in that session, we will go over our core values and our goals of the company, because she just said everybody has to know. The baker, the cleaner, everyone has to know what are the core values of whatever it is, your team, your company. And I did that every week. And the reason why I did that every week, because I thought that that was very important, so that we can be mindful of what we are here for. But then, rewarding your team. Rewarding your team is very, very, very important. As you're going through your plan, your process, and your profit. Now, maybe you say, hey, listen, I'm a startup. I don't have a lot of money. Maybe if the only thing you can do is that have a team meeting and you have some coffee. Maybe you can have some coffee and take a coupon and go and get some Krispy Kreme donuts. Just show your team and say, I really appreciate you, team, and I thought that we can sit down here and have coffee and donuts today. And I want to tell you how hard I think all of you are working. And now, before we start what our company goals are and our core values of our company, let's just sit down and let's relax and celebrate each other first. You know they're going to work hard for you anyway, but take a moment and relax and sit down. And then also, I think that's very important what I did. Now, I call it a get it out your belly session. I never ever want anyone who's working with me or on my team to hold anything inside. It's in their belly. And you know what's in your belly? Sometimes it makes you very uncomfortable and very irritated. I don't like people that's on my team or working in my environment to feel like that. So I call it a get out your belly session. Now we are very respectful of one another, but I allow, oh, you have your name tag? I allow Shanette to say, Shanette, I know I want to talk about our week, but whatever it is, there was a problem or an issue. Because I don't know if you know me, I don't deal with problems, only solutions. So if you're going to work with me, you better have a solution. Don't come to me the woe is me, I can't do this, I can't. Oh, because you can. And I figure it out. So Shanette, I always would say, Shanette, okay, we're gonna go around the room. Get it out your belly. Now some people, that's kind of corny for, corporate or whatever, but I don't care. I want people to feel relaxed. I want them to feel good. And I want you to tell me what happened this week. And when you tell me, because I am who I am, remember, whatever your problem is, you better hurry up and quickly bring me a solution, okay? And so when you allow your team to do that, they feel like you care. They feel like you're listening, right? And they will perform so that you can go from 98 to 100%. You agree with me? Awesome. So I just wanted you to remember that, and as you're taking your notes, to kind of listen to that, and then maybe use some of that to help you. And as you're flipping houses, maybe you have a crew, and they're working from 6 in the morning to 6 at night because you really got to flip this house. And you know what? Flipping time is money. So maybe it just takes bringing them some coffee, or maybe it takes just bringing them a few sandwiches so that they don't even have to leave the work site, but they can relax. They can have something to eat. They can have something to drink, and it didn't really cost you anything because in your plan you had already budgeted for that on occasions. All right? Awesome. So now, that was good. Does anybody else have any questions? I feel pumped. Go ahead. Miriam, right? Yes.
I'm in a season where I'm trying to build my team. So I guess my question is, what advice can be given to somebody? My personality is very strong. How can I build a team without being so, number one, overbearing, number two, overbearing and being able to execute and just let things go and trust that it can get done?
What business are you in?
Real estate.
Real estate. All right. So don't apologize for who you are. Absolutely, don't apologize. We all have different. Exactly, traits. And so don't apologize for that, but you've got to understand, you've got to keep in mind, right now you are going to be hiring for real estate. So what is real estate? That's selling homes, meeting customer, clients, somebody's got to be there in time, the appearance and everything. So think what the business is all about, and that's what you're going to do. You've also got to look at the questionnaires that you're going to ask this person. That's very important. That's nothing got to do with you. So build a really good rap sheet of questions that you're going to ask this person. Prepare for an interview. A lot of the times people also don't realize just because you own your own business doesn't mean to say that you can just have somebody come over and just interview the person just the way you like. Absolutely not. You have to have a pre-wrap interview questions. You have to make sure that you sit down, really think about the questions that you're going to ask this person, because this person is going to work for you. So that's very interesting. And with Google nowadays, believe me, there are some fantastic interview questions out there. Make sure that the person that you're talking to, understands those questions and really answers to the questions. A lot of times in an interview, you ask them what the time is, they'll tell you how the watch is made. No, just tell me what the time is. So you've got to make sure that you always keep them in path. Make sure that you're asking the right question. Make sure you're talking about the business. Don't waver from that. If it's all about real estate, then it's all about real estate. And don't apologize for who you are. And I think that's the way to go.
I agree with Donna. If I want to say something while we're getting ready for Dwight to come up and give you guys a treat, because you're going to definitely have a treat with him. I want to tell you something. So I have a real estate team, and I have an extremely strong personality, and I'm very, I always push people to where they are very uncomfortable. And I don't mean that in an uncomfortable way. I push you to, I know that you can do it, because I'm going to encourage you to do it, right? And my standards are so high, but I realize, my mom tells me that all the time, everybody's not going to get up at 5 in the morning. Everybody's not going to work all night long. Everybody's not going to go to Paris and figure it out and get those dresses or whatever it is and come back on that plane and make that wedding happen by Saturday, all right? But what you also have to do is that in your plan, you have to make sure that all of those points, those 4 points that Diana talked about, are included. Because I think the team, especially with real estate, because it's up and down, right? Right, panelists? It's up and down. You have to make them feel empowered. So when Candace said, well, what do you want to have on your, I don't get into titles and all that. I didn't want to be a motivational speaker. I wanted to be an empowerment speaker. Because you have to empower your team. You have to make Derek feel like he's important. You have to make Tamika feel like she's part of that team. She's going to help you go to that next level. But everyone has to be on the same page. So that means that whatever you're thinking and whichever direction that you want your company to go, you have to communicate that. And then you have to go to Tamika and say, Tamika, XYZ. So do you understand XYZ, or do you have any questions? You understand? And then Tamika would then, you give her an opportunity to communicate with you, well, you know, I didn't really understand why we have to do it this way and why we have to do it that way. And then at that point, you can then come back and say, well, here is the plan. And this is the universal plan, okay? This is for our entire company. And then you also have to reward them. That's super important, especially in sales. Because sales is so up and down, and today the client didn't meet you, and you just thought you were going to be able to close on that house today, you know? And then the inspector didn't come, and man, you scheduled it, you're running out of time. So just kind of think that always you're first, and then make sure that that team feels amazing. And you're not going to always be able to knock it out the park every day, but try very hard to do that, okay?
So we are actually going to take a little moment, and we have a makeover that we are, not me, Dwight, and his team have gotten together for us. So, really excited about that, right? So, Dwight, yeah?
I want to tell you why we're doing this. It's fun. Everybody loves makeovers, right? Home makeovers, personal makeovers, whatever, hair makeovers, whatever. But our high-end, how to attract high-end clients, part one, everyone was like requesting a makeover. They wanted to see a makeover because it was about the look, the language, the results. And so because it was so popular and people were writing down, can we have this at your next conference? We decided to get Mel took the white, everybody come we decided that he'd be the perfect person to do it.
Thank you so much. You know, it's really interesting to listen to other people's journeys and other people's situations, and you think that life is just this way when you look at certain people in certain arenas, and you don't understand the struggle. But the struggle is real, and also having a vision and being committed to whatever your dream is. Like I said earlier before, you know, my passion is not your passion. Your passion is not my passion, but we all have a passion. And I was fortunate to be in this industry at a very early age. I started out on the runway in my teens. And like I said before, came from 2 generations of ministers. My parents didn't want me to do hair. And I've been playing with dolls since I was a little boy. Because I didn't understand the fact that my 2 sisters got to play with Barbie, but had this beautiful hair, and all of a sudden I was given a basketball or a football or a train or, you know, a truck. Who wanted to play with that? My sister was playing with dolls. So, you know, I got beat every day for playing with dolls, but the more they beat me, the more they told me not to do it, the more I wanted to do it. And again, that was my destiny. And I tell people, parents, let your children be who they are. You know, in spite of, if you just like cleaning the bathroom, let them be the best toilet cleaner that they can be, and they're going to be happy. So often I go into the grocery store early in the morning and I assume everybody had a good night's sleep, had a good rest, had a good meal, and the attitude in the morning is just so messed up. And it's like, well, what did I do? You know, did I take a bath? I mean, what did I brush my teeth? And it's because they're in a place that they're not comfortable. They don't want to be there. This is just a job. For me, it's never just a job. It's all about the things that I love and has created and worked for me to create a wonderful lifestyle. So what I wanted to show you right now, we have our first model here. It's just her regular look. Come on up. And fashion is about your style, your invitation, or your dream or your vision of how you see your style. There is no wrong way. There is no right way. It's just the individuality. This is her look, whether she came in. She's wearing a stiletto pump. She's wearing jeans. Jeans are not going anywhere. It has become a real evening fabric. So we have to embrace it. It is what it is. With a turtleneck and certain things that it should be in your wardrobe. The most important thing in the wardrobe, just like building a house, the foundation. Okay, thank you. You can change it to your second look. It's just like building a house. If your house foundation, you can't paint the house, you can't decorate the house before that foundation is laid. That foundation has got to be dry before you can start putting up the beams and the sheetrock and start painting and doing all those things. The most important thing that I found in wardrobe, whether it's a male or female, is the foundation, the undergarment. The average woman do not know the correct size of bra to wear for her body type and for her size. And so often she'll go into a store and just pick up a bra because nobody has taught her that that bra is not your correct size. If a woman is seeing demarcations on her shoulders or a color demarcation, that means you've been wearing the wrong bra size for 100 years. You know, and again, I remember growing up in a very early age. I had my aunt Clara. Her breast was always just perky and beautiful. You know, they always just sit up at attention, and it was like she had back in those days. They knew the right foundation to wear. They wore the girdles. They wore the Spanx. Now they're wearing the Spanx, and they get into it. And when you're wearing an outfit, you shouldn't be able to see to tell what kind of underwear you have on. You know, it could kill a dress. I don't care how beautiful your dress is or how expensive it is. If your undergarments, I can see that undergarment, you have killed the dress. You know, so that's important. Let me have a second model. This is Anthony. I met Anthony. To give you a brief history, I did the Emmys Awards. And I needed some bartenders when I released the gin. Anthony was one of the bartenders. Well, he did drink. He wasn't a bartender, but he came in as a ambassador, and I just loved his look. His real profession is a school teacher. He teaches math. But his look was always there. And it's about building relationship. And I can call him at like 2 hours before I need him, and he's there if he's available. It's about having that commitment. And again, this is his suit. Now, you know, a shoe, growing up in the church, you know, my granddad always had his shiny shoes. You know, your shoe, I mean, it does not matter what you have on, but for a male, your shoe is probably the most important thing about your wardrobe because that says a lot about you. You've taken the time to shine. You can have the regular clothes on, and I never saw my grandfather without his clergy shirt on and his shiny shoes. And he's been gone for a while, but that's the two things that I remember about him was his shoes and his shirt was always pressed. Now, this is a look that's really, really popular now, which is the skinny fitted look for guys. And this started back in Europe about 8 or 10 years ago. And now it was the other people that was wearing this look. But now it's not our look anymore. They have just kind of taken it over. And I said to Anthony this morning, I said, I love the suit. I mean, where did you get it? He said, you won't believe it. He said, I paid $20 for this suit. So it's not about having an expensive suit. He went to the thrift store, got the suit, and it's impeccable fit on him. It's about style and being able to have the attitude to carry it off and to believe in. And a white pressed shirt for a guy is a sellable point, whether it's cufflinks or not. It's always on point. And again, he has the knapsack, which is a great look, and he's going to transfer into another look. Okay, thank you, Anthony. Now, you all have seen this young lady. You saw her all morning, Celie, and so you already knew what she looked like. You all are already familiar with Celie, and we just kind of changed her up. We changed her hair. Okay, this is Celie, and again, it's that dress, that one dress that everybody should have in their wardrobe. And it's all about taking a look from day to evening. For me, when I leave my house, I leave the house ready prepared for evening. I can always take it off if I don't have it on. But I can't take it off if I don't have it on. I can always take it off if I have it on. So when I leave my house, I don't have time, or if I'm doing an event, who knows what's going to happen. I may not have time to go back home and change clothes or shower. So I got to keep on moving, keeping it moving. So it's about going from day to evening just from her accessories. Now, this look, what she has on now, she can have on a flat for the office. And just taking this simple dress, whether it's a colorful dress or whether it's a dark dress, just from your accessories, ladies. Just from your accessory can take you from day to evening. You don't have time. Your boss say, listen, we got an appointment. I need to go meet you at the Ritz-Carlton for a cocktail. We're going to meet a high-end client. She's got to be ready. So certain things should be in her trunk or in her pocketbook and ready to go. Always travel with you a pair of pumps. One of the models came in today. Well, she was really my assistant. And she came in. I said, well, hey, I need you to be a model. And we'll get to her. But back to Celie, we just went in with her makeup. We just darkened her eyes, and you don't need a whole lot of things in your compact for transformation. First of all, you need a good lipstick, a pencil, and a dark color. You can take your lip liner and use it as an eyebrow color to darken your eye, to take you from a day office looking. And let's not get it twisted. Day is day and evening is evening. And so often I go see churches and I see women in there with a cocktail. They got more rhinestones at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's just not appropriate. And somehow we've got too comfortable to understand day, business, and evening. So keep it separate. Thank you. And again, we just changed her hair, we changed her makeup, and changed her accessories. And again, that foundation. Now, this is a young lady that's coming in, Lena as my assistant. And again, my thing is always be prepared, because you never know what the day is going to bring. And she said, well, I have a great dress in the car, but I didn't bring my heels. So I was like, okay, a lady should always have a good pump in your bag, or in the trunk of your car, or something that's easy, accessible, that you can take your accessories and change your whole look. From a pair of pumps, or from the accessories and lipsticks. It's taking the season, the moment for that one occasion. And that's what this whole movement is about. It's all about visual. We are visual people. I cannot tell you the amount of gifts that I have gotten just from being consistent since I was a little boy. I'm always suited and booted. Because my mother was 14 girl out of 14 kids, and she always had to do the house chores and the ironing. So I never get to wear blue jeans because I'm not comfortable in it, because my mother was not going to press those jeans anymore. When she left home, she was done. So this is a look that we can take just from day, from evening, whether it's the accessories or putting her hair out or changing her boots. It's all about being comfortable with your own skin. Make it individual. Make it who you are. And that's what fashion is all about, okay? Our next change here is, like I said, the hip-hop era is here to stay. Blue jeans, we have to embrace them. And it's okay. And I was just at Neiman Marcus a couple of weeks ago, and I had never seen so many pair of tennis shoes in my whole life. I was like, what is going on at Neiman Marcus? She said, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And she said, we can't keep these shoes in the store. I said, they're rubber. I mean, it's not even leather. It's not even a crocodile. For a pair of tennis shoes for $1,000? Are you in your right mind? Who is much? She said, we can't keep them on the shelf. So again, this look is a look that, like she was saying, that you can't judge people by the way they look or about the amount of money you think they have. So you have to treat everybody the same all the way across the board. And this is one of those casual looks that, again, I wouldn't wear it to church, but they do wear it to church. I wouldn't wear it out to dinner, but they do wear it out to dinner. But again, where do you want to be? It's nothing wrong with a Volkswagen. There's nothing wrong with a Saab. There's nothing wrong with a Mercedes. There's nothing wrong with a Rolls Royce. It's going to get you from point A to point B. Where do you want to be in this spectrum? Okay? How do you want to perceive? Who do you want to attract? And it's all about being and owning your look. It's about going in and having an attitude like, I belong. You can't walk into the Ritz-Carlton, everybody gonna step and say, may I help you? May I help you? Because you look like you're uncomfortable. You look like you don't belong. So when you come in and own the room with the attitude like, I belong into the W franchise. Yeah, I'm going up to this rooftop. Where is it? You know, excuse me, and I may not have a dime in my pocket, but I'm owning it, you know, and it's about the attitude because I have the attitude to own my look and my skin, they're going to think that I belong too. So, okay, well, mister, what do you work? Thank you so much. Now, again, this taking our first look at y'all, second look, and it's just, again, come on forward. This is one of those dresses that you can take from day to evening. It's a two-piece look. This is a top piece that can be worn several ways. And again, it's all about the accessories. You have an evening shoe. Step up so they can really see your shoes, your whole look. And again, this is one of those outfits that's 2-in-1. Whereas you can make it into just a dress for the office. You can add this top piece to it. Or if you just have a basic silhouette and have a scarf, that you can change your look from a day look to an evening and not have to worry about getting in this traffic in Atlanta, trying to go home and make a fashion change. She's already has 2 looks in one, and it's all about being prepared.
I have a question. So I like that the look for office. Is that what you're suggesting? Is that maybe she just takes that necklace because it's a little bit too much?
Well, for office, yeah, this is definitely not, the necklace is definitely not a day look for a business look. So let's just take this necklace off, and you will see the difference. Again, I'm one of those that's blind and can't see, but half flat. Okay, now she could very well wear this into the office. Well, she can even have on a flat shoe or a shoe that's not shining and glitter, and it will be appropriate, again. But now her boss had told her, I need to meet you at the Ritz-Carlton, so she's going to go to her pocketbook, put her necklace on, bring some more bangles on, and change her shoe, and she's good to go. Thank you. And we've taken Anthony from his casual day look into a more dressier look, a casual dressy look with the top being a white jacket. This is the Eubanks collection, and he's quite dapper in it. So this is a casual look where you can take